Hi, what's up guys, TonTon here and welcome back to my channel. So today let's have a look at the Transformer Legacy Deluxe class, DragStrip. This is essentially the continuation of Siege, Earthrise, and then they are gonna do something to finish the G1 cast. So clearly this guy is a G1 remake of DragStrip. He's a Decepticon and also a Stunticon. He combined with the others to form Menasor. So without further ado, let's go. So obviously from the design of this guy, you can see this is clearly a G1 thing. I mean like minimum colors. This guy's pure yellow in his robot mode. Of course you still got some other paint like in the head, the torso, the shoulders, and some sides and some in the arms. That is pretty much it. And what can I say but that this guy is a decent deluxe class for a combining figures. I mean like when we talk about combiners, we don't expect the individual modes, the individual forms to be too good, but I must say that for a combiners like DragStrip over here, they have done a fairly good job. Of course you're never gonna display this piece by itself, that would be like no. But imagine putting him next to his Stunticon, or maybe even forming this guy into Menasor. I think that is a pretty good thing and I really look forward to it. Now let's get to the details of this guy. So first up we got the head, and his head is a really nice painted piece. You got some red for the visor, the size, and you got some purple for the foreheads and the ears, and the lower face. The face is made of painted silver, which is really nice. Not a G1 guy and do not know much about DragStrip, but I still find this guy interesting enough. And down to the torso, and as you can see you got some sand color here and some silver details in the middle. I mean this is a decent highlight. Otherwise than that, it's just it by itself. Now the highlight about this figure, I must say in this mode, is the shoulders. I really like the shoulders. So as you see sand color, some red, and the purple from the Decepticon sigils. And of course if you want to, you can rotate them to the front if that is how you wish to display. I mean like if you're gonna display this guy standing, I think this is a better way to display it. I think it looks way more cool. Give DragStrip a little bit of buff here and there. And then for the arms, well, pretty much nothing, just yellow, and you got some painted red over here for the stripes. And same goes for the leg. Nothing too much except for the size. And the surprise is that if I turn him around, you see some paint here and there as well, here and there. And that is pretty much all the paint he got. So because of the way this guy transforms, you see the shoulders have some back wheels behind it. And it kind of dumb, and I don't like that details. It just looks odd, you know. And one more thing is that the way this guy transforms, you see the fin section of the vehicle mode is pointed here. So this two red point here will get paint trip if you're handling him not too carefully. And for the accessories, he comes with his pistol, blaster, and they are black painted with a metallic purple on it, and it's pretty nice. And they are easily attached. I just plug in onto his hands like that, and he can dual wield them. And if you want to, they can combine. It's essentially the same gun. So that this pack over here will goes into right here. So you see, there's this, just like that. And they are a double jointed, so they stick together really secure. And I mean that is nice, having having some kind of double barrel pistol. And that is the only accessories he got. So like no clear plastic effects weapon or whatsoever, like with skid or kickback. But I guess that because he's a combiner, so yeah, you can skip that. And storage, you can plug it into any holes out here, like that. I mean decent weapon storage. So now let's get to some articulation. So begin with the head, and unfortunately his head cannot look up and down. He can only do a spinning 360. Arms move out. And note, if you're gonna display him in the shoulder forms like I said, unfortunately his arm cannot raise out. So this is the swing and the full rotation, kind of blocked by the shoulder pad, so it can move a little bit here and there to like not hinged with the articulation. You got a bicep swivel. This is the elbow bend, and that's it. There's no wrist articulation whatsoever. This is the waist rotation. Kick to the front, kick to the back, split, thigh swivel, knee bend. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And you got a pivot. There's a movement at the feet. I mean, articulation wise, this guy is decent enough to be displayed as a standalone deluxe. He can get you some poses, but that is not too much of my interest. I mean, like, they could have done better with the hands and that, but I guess I cannot ask for too much for a combiner figures like this. I think this is way better than what we got. And for some size comparison, here we have him next to the Legacy Kickback. And yeah, they are the similars in size, the Decepticons army stuff. And they look great together. And I really expect the upcoming figures from this Legacy line. So now let's get to transformation. So finishing transforming DragStrip, what you got is a really nice race car, and I enjoy him even better than the robot mode because at this form here you got a lot of color variation than just the, I mean, like the pure yellow. And I really enjoy the fact that his head turns out to be the seat of the race car here. I think that is pretty cool. That is a really nice way of solving the hair section, and it is a really clean race car. I mean, if you turn him around, you see a really clean and like keyboardless vehicle form, and I think that is pretty cool. So like transforming skin is a really nice and satisfying sequence. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but there's this part here, the chest section is quite tight, so that, I don't know, that is because of my copy or that is an overall design issues. But if you got those problems, do be careful or it will break. Otherwise, and that is a really nice and decent. I mean, like, for the Legacy figures that I have been reviewing, this by far is the most, this got the most satisfying transforming experience for me. So for weapon storage in this mode here, of course you can plug in his gun like that, and yeah, you got a double barrel race car. So for the combining features of this guy here, I'm gonna show it right now. So if you flip him around, you'll see there's this little tab over here. So for the combining features, I'm gonna use the scissors here to try and to plug this out, and you see it falls out. So inside here is a pretty nice locking mechanism by springs. So if you press this, the spring will push up and release the joint, but you leave it, the spring is gonna stay put, and then it locks in. I mean, this is a really nice thing. I have seen this on like Super Sentai and Power Rangers Deluxe figures, like, you know, the robot, but this is the first time I saw this features in a Deluxe class Transformer, which is really cool. And so for the original Minosaur's image right here, so as you can see here in this form here, actually they're gonna split their body out, and then you see all this part here gonna attach onto Mixmaster body, the Minosaur body. And I think this is a fairly decent transforming sequence, and I really looking forward to it. So should you get this figure? I mean, yeah, why not? This is a nice and decent transformer to begin with, and then you can look forward to combine him into Minosaurs. Both way works. So yeah, I highly recommend this guy. Can't believe I say that more than Kickback and Skid. And so that will be it for today, guys. So I will see you guys later. TonTon out.